Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and onto a sci-fi movie and it's a bit low budget, but this is a movie which I've been meaning to watch for a very long time, especially considering that it starred the late Roddy Piper. Um, I just don't know how come I've never actually got around to it, so finally I did. It's been a week since I actually watched it, so let's go down the movie, shall we? And I'm talking about which is now basically a cult classic, and it's 1988's They Live. It's a American science fiction movie directed and written by John Carpenter, and it's based on a 1963 short story called 8 O'Clock in the Morning by Ray Nelson. Never read it before. I kind of knew the story of this one almost completely. I didn't know about the end part, but yeah, it stars Roddy Piper. Now, if you don't know who Roddy Piper is, Roddy Piper is the late Roddy Piper. He passed away in 2015. His actual name is Roderick George Toombs, but he's better known as Rowdy Piper, who was a Canadian wrestler in the WWF, which is now called WWE, and also in WCW and several other things as well. So he was always known as a heel and a kind of like an instigator. Mostly as a heel is what he's done, and he was one of my favorites, to be honest. Pretending to be Scottish. Anyway, so this Roddy Piper plays this guy called Nada, who's a homeless drifter. He comes to Los Angeles in search of a job. He sees the street preacher warning about something called they, and it's very powerful, and that they're trying to control humanity. He managed to get a job in a construction site, and he makes friends with this guy called Frank, played by Keith David. And since he's got no place to stay, he tells him, like, there's this makeshift kind of like camping place, like a shanty town. There's a soup kitchen there run by this man named Gilbert, so he says that's where a lot of us stay. You can come and you can come and put your feet up over there. So he tries to make friends over there, has a proper meal, I think he gets a shower or something like that. And there's this hacker who, while they're trying to watch TV, there's this hacker who takes control of several of the TV channels, and he says that scientists have discovered signals that are enslaving the local population and keeping them in a trance-like state, and that the only way to stop them is to shut off the signal at its source. And those who are watching this, they're getting these headaches. And then Nara basically sees this. He sees Gilbert and the blind preacher. Is it a blind preacher? The street preacher, anyway. They go to this nearby church, and he finds that they're meeting with a group that includes the hacker. And he sees a lot of these equipment and cardboard boxes lying down. He's actually discovered by the blind preacher, but then he escapes. And the next day, the morning, the shanty town and the church are destroyed in a police raid. The hacker as well as the priest are beaten by the cops. Nada finds one of the boxes from the church, and he sees that there's a bunch of sunglasses in it. And he takes one of the sunglasses and he stashes the rest, and when he puts it on, he can see some people look like aliens with skull-like faces, and he also sees where like normal posters and billboards are. He sees some other kind of subliminal messages, basically telling people to consume whatever is being given to them, reproduce and conform to the rules. And he goes a little berserk. He attacks some people, including a couple of cops. He steals their weapons. He kills them, and then he goes to a bank. He finds a lot of them are aliens. He kills several of them and basically takes a news reporter hostage, Holly Thompson. That's the name of the news reporter. She is played by Meg Foster, who I guess I've seen in a couple of movies before. And then it's basically up to him and some of the homeless people to fight against the aliens who are controlling humanity. And towards the end, they manage to shut down they find out that there's also a lot of humans who are collaborating with the aliens in exchange for money and positions of power. So they managed to kill them, but unfortunately they are all dead. And then Nada himself is killed before they shut down the transmitter that hides the aliens figures. And after he kills them out, humans all over the world are free from their trance-like state, and they discover the aliens hiding between them, and that's where the movie ends. I would have loved to have seen a part 2. I don't think there's a part 2 for this movie. But the sad part is, yes, the hero dies in the end of the movie, and there's basically that. And so that's basically the entire film, and I kind of enjoyed it. It's not the greatest, but it's actually kind of fun. That these aliens have kind of taken over, treating us like we are a third world planet, and they're going to exhaust all our resources and then leave. That's been there of a lot of alien invasion movies and television shows to that extent. But yeah, that's basically about it. So apparently there's a political commentary where it's Carpenter wrote this basically because he was dissatisfied with Reaganomics, which is the then U.S. President Ronald Reagan's economic policies. Funny name, right? Reaganomics. And the things that he sees in pop culture and the politics of the world. Made on a budget of $3 million. It made $13.4 million in North America. I don't know what it made outside. Let's have a check. Yeah, roughly about that much, and came out in October 1988. It did make spent 2 weeks at the top of the top 10 charts of the US, and yeah. So, like I said, it's become like a cult film. There's a lot of horror / sci-fi collectors have this in their collection, and I wanted to watch it. I don't have the DVD, but I did manage to watch it. If I do get a chance, this is actually kind of fun. And oh yeah, there's the famous line that he says, "I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum." So that's pretty much the thing. It's been released quite a bit on home video, VHS, Blu-ray, DVD. Yeah. So, like I said, and it's good to have a couple of movies here and there that you have basically celebrating the life of Roddy Piper, who was, he's a fantastic character. He's acted in a couple of films. I know I've seen one before, that is Body Slam with Dirk Benedict. I don't know any of the other ones. Yeah, there's another one that's kind of like equally cultish movie called, which also came out in '98, called Hell Comes to Frogtown. That's the next one I plan to watch, and then I'll try to watch Body Slam once again. I did watch Body Slam on VHS way back, so I definitely do want to watch it. I don't know if any of the other movies of his has made that much of an impact. Not that I see any. There's something called Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies. Yeah, not really. But I do want to watch these. I would like to have these three in my collection. Like I said, I haven't actually watched Hell Comes to Frogtown. I remember Body Slam. It's actually a fun movie, especially if you like wrestling and rock and roll. But yeah, they will definitely try to watch these three as and if I get a chance, keep it in my collection as an homage to Roddy Piper. So that's it. I give the movie a 7 out of 10. Have a good night, guys.